Okay, alright, we're back again for to continue our little adventure with High School Romance. We'll get to see what Shoji has to do next. He's kind of in a little conflict at the moment with the decision. Well, I guess we'll see if he has to make a decision. The game may make us just do a particular path, but we'll get to see in a little bit. Between the two girls, let's see which girl we decide, or if the game decides for us, or if both, or if none. We'll get to see in a little bit. Let's see. Alright, let's start. But now, I just woke up to 2 messages on my phone. They both want me to meet them after class today to help. No, that is kind of difficult. Unless they're at 2 totally different times. I don't want to have to favor either one of them, but what choice do I have? So, who do I help? Okay, so we do have to make the decision. Alright, I already know what kind of path. I believe I mentioned it in a previous recording on who I kind of want to choose. So, we're going to go help Selena. She's been the one that I've kind of been trying to choose for the most part. So, I kind of want to choose her path. So, I think helping her will get us closer to her. So, we're going to be choosing Selena here. Let's go see what happens. I could probably do better work on Selena's. I think Hoshi said she had already started anyway. With how prepared she always is, she probably doesn't need my help as much. I better go meet up with Selena. Thanks for agreeing to help me today. Since we're putting together an exhibit on track, we need interesting information. Did you think of anything we could use? Me? I didn't think of anything. I know nothing about track. There's obvious things, like famous track stars, the Olympics. But we should probably try to stand out a little. That makes sense. You don't want to do the usual stuff. Try to dig a little bit different. Try to find something interesting. Maybe include world records too? A diagram of how the leg muscles work, or even examples of animals the fastest track star could outrun. I think it's meant that the fastest animal. The word's missing there. Oh, I would put that the fastest. Well, I guess both would work. I guess it would. Examples of animals the fastest track star could outrun. I would have put that, though. Sounds better than I was thinking. I was just going to put some of my old, worn-out track shoes on display. I don't know how interesting that would be, really. Personally, I wouldn't find it that interesting. How is that remotely a good idea? That's what I was thinking. It's like, okay, your old, worn-out track shoes, alright. I don't think people would appreciate that very much. Well, there might be a few out there who have some weird fetishes that might be like, ooh, track shoes. Oh, that attractive girl had them on. I should sniff them, or some shit like that. I was going to clean them first. But you're right, and I like your ideas. So, let's do that. Which one? All of them. Oh my. All of them? Do we even have time for that? Sure, between the both of us, it won't be any problem at all. Besides, we have to fill up the entire booth. We need different things to display. I especially like the animal thing. I'm kind of curious about that myself. I just made it up off the top of my head. I'm not even sure humans can outrun an animal. Besides a tortoise, at least. Oh, there's plenty of animals that a human could outrun. Now, if you chose average, it might be a little bit different, but, some of the faster, the actual people who, the fastest person, there might be plenty there. A tortoise. That would really suck if the tortoise beat someone. Well, I can outrun some types of dogs. I know that much. I used to do it all the time. You were chased by dogs? Yep. What did you do you had to outrun dogs? Yeah, what the hell did you do that you have to outrun dogs for? Does it matter? Well, I would be curious myself. What the hell did you do? That you're being chased by dogs to begin with. Anyway, let's get back to the point. I think this will be fun. Thanks for the ideas, Shoji. Let's get to it. Whole school is talking about upcoming festivals. It's a nice change of pace from worrying about tests and exams, but there's still something I can't stop worrying about. The fact that both Selena and Hoshi expect me to help them today. I don't like having to choose between them, but their projects are too different. I'd be useless if I tried to help them both at the same time. We'd never get anything done. That is pretty much right. I mean, you could have, talked to them both and was like, maybe if we split up the time a little bit different, you could have, helped her at this point and her at this point, or bounce days. Like, one of the girls would get you one day, one of the girls would get you the other day. They would have to share you in that case. So, who should I help today? Well, I'm helping Selena. I'm sorry, guys. That's the path I've decided, and that's the girl I want to help. Maybe another time I'll change it up and choose Hoshi. Just in time. Can you help me make some posters to hang up at the exhibit? It's just copying these weird facts about track I found, but I want it to look nice. Art isn't really my specialty, but I'll see what I can do. Thanks. It doesn't have to be fancy, just big enough that people can read it. Here are some supplies. Okay, I'll do my best. Why are my hands so shaky? Well, I don't think it looks too bad. Wait. Does that say running track is good for a shapely butt? Yeah. It helps you tone muscles. And even if you didn't, you want to look good in your running shorts. What do you think, Shoji? Is my butt shapely? Oh. Are we gonna get a better view of it? From this angle, I can't see anything. Why are you asking me that? Well, you're always behind me, so I'm assuming you've seen it plenty of times. Wow, Selena. If I didn't know better, I'd probably think that was an insult. Do you need a reminder of what it looks like? I can show you. Please do. Oh, he doesn't want it. No, I don't. It's shapely. So you have looked at it. Oh, man, she is teasing you, man. What? You're so adorable. She is teasing you. Why are you so nervous? We can talk about these things girl to girl, right? Oh my. If only you knew, Selena. If only you knew. Right. Now that it's the middle of the week, the projects are all over the place. Some of the girls who were procrastinating are in a panic now. I bet they're the ones who needed extra points for the most. The tension is pretty high. I hope Hoshi and Selena are both doing okay. Now I think about it, I haven't told either of them I was going to help today. Who should I help today? Well, I don't know if the pathing, the branches, if there's any real branching paths here. I'm gonna go with Selena again. Cause it's only, she's at the middle of the week, so I guess it's Wednesday. So I might choose one day with Hoshi. Hey, Shoji! Now that everyone's cramming to finish their project, it's really crowded in here. It'll it'll be even worse tomorrow when we have to set everything up. But listen, I've got a great idea for the track exhibit. I knew we were going to have information about famous track athletes, but what about a picture collage? Wouldn't that look cool at the background? As the background? Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Great! We're going to have to cut out all these pictures, though. That looks like a lot. Where did you even get all these? I printed them out. How much ink did that take? Oh, maybe that's why those printers stopped working. That's probably why. You probably printed a whole... Well, we don't know exactly much. Sounds like it's a bunch. But, whew. Let's just not talk about it. Oh, Selena. We've got the pictures. That's all that matters. Well, you can't change what's already happened. That's pretty much right. We might be here a while. Track guys are so fit. But were my parents thinking, sending me to an all-girls school? Aw, maybe she doesn't swing all the whole entire girl. Or maybe she's bi. Maybe she does like girls as well. I mean, kind of like she's teasing and stuff. But, wow, she's talking about... I don't think I'm qualified to be having this conversation. This is the last day to work on the exhibits for the festival. I heard rumors about some girls not getting any sleep because they work through the night. I hope neither Hoshi or Selena had to do that. We'll have to actually set up the exhibit today and make sure everything looks right. That'll probably take a lot of time, though. I won't be able to help both of them. Who should I help set up their exhibit? I know I did state that I was maybe going to help Hoshi, but I'm going to go full-blown Selena on here. Shoji! It's the last lap of the race, so to speak. You know, here's one thing. I mean, I know I just chose this. If Hoshi really wanted, Shoji's help, and he hasn't helped her at all these last few days, wouldn't she have said something? You know, logically speaking? Like, I thought you were going to help me, you know, or something like that. Instead of being silent. If she gets upset, it's kind of her fault too, in my opinion. Mainly because she never mentioned anything. You know. Not like she couldn't have. I think this exhibit will help the track team get some major interest, don't you? Yeah, it's too bad we already had tryouts this year. Are you looking for more competition? It should be nice, so what do I need to help with? Well, we're supposed to set up these cloth screens behind the exhibit. That's where I'm going to hang up the collage and posters. But I may have accidentally ripped ours while trying to set it up. Oh, Selena. You what? Can you get another one? Maybe, but I don't want the teachers to think I'm being careless with the materials. I thought maybe you could fix it. Pretty please? Well, someone has to fix it. I'll try. There. How's that? Since I taped it from the back, it shouldn't look like there are any rip at all. If there's a crease, let me know. Perfect! Can't tell anything happened at all. You really are a miracle worker. And good with your hands, too. That must really come in handy. Does she mean something by that, or was it just a really bad pun? Yeah. Who knows? Thank you so much. Now, let's put up the collage. Be careful with that. Don't rip it again. So, why didn't you want to do your own exhibit? I don't think you ever gave him the chance to say. You kind of like us, both of you girls. You and Hoshi both kind of assumed, hey, he's gonna help us. Help me. I don't really need to. How am I supposed to come up with something better than your idea, anyway? Oh, You better be careful. Keep up that sarcastic tone and I might not be as grateful. Maybe it wasn't sarcasm. Ooh. Alright, fine. Maybe it was a little sarcasm. But you really did make it look great. I surprised you, didn't I? Thanks for helping me out, Shoji. I hope you had fun. The festival really livened things up around here. I wonder if we'll get a chance to see Hoshi's. And I wonder what she's going to say since we didn't help her at all. If there's going to be any conversation with Hoshi. Because, logically speaking, I think, a person would have said something if they assumed they were going to help. In that case. I would assume they have each other's numbers. Because he did mention that he received 2 texts that one day, so they must have each other's numbers. I mean, he would have, a regular person would have been like, oh, I thought he was going to show up. Oh, better go text him. Wonder what's up. Doesn't seem any of that happened. It's nice to see the results, especially after how hard everyone worked. There are so many stalls about different things. Some of the girls do have interesting hobbies and crafts. But there's really not much here I'd want to buy. Fans and flower crowns aren't really my style, even in my girl persona. Though, I'm not going to turn down cotton candy. I can have a sweet tooth after all. Maybe I'll grab some after I visit Selena and Hoshi though. So he is going to visit Hoshi. I'm kind of interested in the result of that. Since I didn't help her at all. Oh, there's Hoshi. Wow. Her stall looks busier than I expected. Now, what do you think this body language is saying about her? He's definitely into her. How do you know that? Well, I don't know really, exactly. You might realize why you think that if you look through the book. It lists some subconscious cues that we pick up on. Oh, hold on. Let me check it out. She's really teaching them how to read body language, so that's what her stall's about? Reading body language? That? It better stand like some of the girls around here. Oh, he better stand like some of the girls around here. Yeah, you better, now that you know that she might know how to tell body language, you might try to read up on yourself, maybe, Shoji, so that you don't start giving it away that maybe you're a guy and she might notice that it seems awkward the way you do your body language for a girl. Okay, so he's leaning slightly toward her after they ran away. And his feet are actually pointed in her direction. That means he isn't subconsciously thinking about leaving the conversation. Plus, his hands are tucked in his pockets, leaving his chest open. If it was closed off conversation, he crossed his arms instead. I've never really thought about body language that much. I know that a lot of things can be told via body language, but I think some of it can also be misinterpreted as well. I never really thought about it, because a lot of it, is subconscious. You don't really think about the things you're doing, with your body when you're talking to someone. But they can give some cues, but I also do that some of it can be misinterpreted. Can definitely be misinterpreted. I don't think you can take it 100% serious. I think you can get an idea of maybe what's going on by paying attention, but you're not going to get the whole entire picture because you're not reading the other person's mind. You're just seeing what their body reaction is, basically. You're not reading their mind, so you can't just say it's perfect. There's going to be some cues that are misinterpreted. Excellent. That's completely right. Here's a picture with his face not blurred out. See? Now it's much easier to tell that he's interested in her. But you can tell that and maybe even more without seeing his face as well. Isn't that a little too analytical? And Shoji here is very perplexed about something. Oh my. Oh. Uh-oh. But we don't need to see her body language to know that. Sorry, I was just thinking. How's it going? Your booth looks pretty popular. It is. Once word got around that there was a stall for figuring out what guys are thinking, well, I'm sure you can imagine. Why couldn't she have made a stall about what girls are thinking? I'm glad it turned out so well. Has our teacher been by yet? Yes, all the teachers came around to look at the stalls before the festival was open to anyone else. They seemed pleased with my material and presentation. She seems to have done pretty well by herself. That's good to hear. It looks like you're going to be busy for a while, so I'm going to go look at some of the other stalls. As I predicted, after all, your feet were turned the other way. That's a little scary, you know. Ah, sorry. I'll try not to overanalyze you if you're not comfortable with it. Well, I don't think you gotta mention, like, hey, your feet were turned the other way, so I knew. I think as long as you don't mention anything, people won't feel weird. That you're trying to basically judge what they're about to do based on their body language. Because, as I said, some of that might be misinterpreted. I mean, it's not like I have any reason for you to not analyze me. It's just, oh, it looks like Selena's at her stall. I should probably go say hi. Sure, Shoji. That's fine. Enjoy the festival. There aren't as many people at Selena's booth, but these must all be sports enthusiasts. And here's one of our very own track stars now. Why don't we put your face up there in the class, Shoji? I'm not that good. I'm not even better than you. Isn't she modest? It's not modesty. I've literally never beaten her. Anyway, why don't you volunteer to demonstrate the ideal running pose for them? That's not how volunteering works. What does she mean by ideal running pose anyways? No. I don't think Shoji knows very much about running. He just likes to run. She didn't prepare me for this. I just run in whatever way feels natural. That's what I was thinking. Shoji just, he just runs. He doesn't really know what this ideal pose is. I always just run like this. See? Incorrect forward can lead to injury or slow you down, which is one of many reasons why track is such a difficult competitive sport. Is she trying to convince them that track is harder than their sports? I can't say I'm surprised. Selena's usually competitive wherever she can be. But she doesn't seem to take winning or losing too seriously, so I guess she just likes the thrill. So, how are you enjoying the festival, Shoji? This is your first one with our school, so I guess you're kind of like a freshman in that way. You can still be impressed by the way this kind of thing. If it's your fourth time around, it kind of loses its charm. I think it's really interesting. You can tell that everyone worked hard on it. Yeah. I heard the teachers went around this morning and took down booths that weren't any good. They can do that? That would kind of suck. They decided to take down a booth that, someone put in at least some effort in. But I guess, you don't want a whole bunch of crappy booths. I guess there's some that are probably like half finished, nothing really there. Maybe they weren't going to get any extra credit anyways. Because they were so bad. Then I guess it kind of makes sense. It's like, you know what? Since you're not going to get credit out of this anyways, we're just going to take this down, and then you can just wander around and visit the other booths type of thing. Anyway, this one got good remarks, since there's so much informational research. It'll also help get some more of the underclassmen interested in trying out track next year. Sounds like you rehearsed that pretty well. I like to cover all my bases. But it's actually true, Miss Rowan's pretty desperate to find someone to replace us once we graduate. Unless you manage to beat me, though, I think my track record is pretty safe where it stands. Well, I haven't caught up yet. No, but maybe you will. It's still pretty early in the year. I'm glad you stopped by. I'll see you this afternoon once it starts getting dark. Oh, well, really? That's what I was thinking. What? Why? The fireworks display, obviously. Did you hear about it? Ooh, fireworks display. Interesting. No, I must have missed it. How? It's the coolest part of the whole stupid festival. Apparently, she's gonna call the festival stupid. You know, she doesn't really give a shit about the rest of it that much. Mainly just fireworks. That's what I'm getting from her. Every year, the teachers get together and set off fireworks in the sports field. Then the whole school goes out to watch. Last year, one of our teachers lost her eyebrow. Oh my. That sounds safe. It's a great time. In fact, it's the only part of the festival that's never boring. It's what everyone looks forward to after all the work they do on their booths. I guess that kind of makes sense. You know, enjoy some fireworks, hang out, talk with some of the other girls, gossip, whatever girls do. I don't know what the hell girls do. You're going to go, right? Well, I might as well. Yeah, I definitely will. Great. Then I'll have someone to sit with. I mean, if you're okay with that. Sure, that's fine. Okay. See you there, Shoji. Shoji, I got so caught up in the exhibit. I forgot to ask you if you were coming to... Oh my. Watch the fireworks. Oh, both girls. How about we just have a harem-based thing here? Come on, come on. Why isn't there an option for that? Both girls, you know, just sit down. I have both girls there. Which, I suppose you are, seeing as you're here. A bit silly of me to ask now, I suppose. Yeah, I didn't want to miss them. It looks like most of the school's here, too. Hey, Shoji. Hi, Hoshi. You came to watch the fireworks, too? Yes, I didn't get to see much of the festival today, since I mostly stayed at my booth. But I definitely didn't want to miss the fireworks. I feel you. By the time I started wandering around, some people were already packing up their things. We should find a place to sit. Oh, so we're going to be probably sitting next between the two girls. This way. I got here early and scoped out a good spot. This is actually a nice place to watch the fireworks from. And we're not too crowded by other people. Oh. Let me sit on your lap, Shoji. Oh my. That's why I think, you know, I get this little bit of lesbian vibe off of Selena a little bit. I mean, it doesn't mean she's lesbian. It just means that she's perfectly fine with her sexuality as a girl, and she's alright with playing with other girls. Doesn't mean she's sexually attracted to other girls per se. But that's the vibe she's given for the most part. What? Why? Oh no. Yeah, I don't know if you want to sit on his lap. He's got a peanut. He might get an erection. Don't be a spoil sport. I just want to sit with you. Why don't you sit next to me? I don't think I'd be able to see very well. Well, let's test it. Oh my. As long as she doesn't start grinding up onto you, I think you might be alright. Unless you tuck or something. That you dress like a girl, but usually you're wearing a skirt, so I guess they couldn't see your bolts that much. Unless his thing isn't very big. That is. So it's not that big of a bulge. Please don't sit on my lap. Hoshi, help me. I think you can probably see fine, can't you? Given the trajectory of the fireworks, there There's really no way her head would be in your way. Oh man, Hoshi's not helping you. Hoshi's just like going along with it. Like, oh, you be fine. Oh, Hoshi. Shoji was hoping you would save him. Whose side are you on? Oh, fine. I just wanted to get some fun rumors going. Oh. Selena, you wanted some rumors to be floating around, did you? Well, sorry to spoil your fun. The sun's almost set anyway. They should be starting soon. Ah, they really are pretty. A little loud though. My favorite part about fireworks is the sound they make, but I think it scares Hoshi. Personally, I like the color. The sound, I don't really care too much about. I like to watch the little shapes and color go out. That's what I like. The sound, meh, I don't really give a shit about the sound. She jumps every time one goes off, and she was holding on to my sleeve a minute ago. This dude, you know, he's got it good. He's got 2 girls with him. They don't know he's a guy, so they're willing to open up a little bit more and not be just thinking it's another girl. Selena just cheers every chance she gets. They definitely have a little bit of different personalities. I mean, they're not the same type of girl, which is a nice thing. They didn't try to like go with this one and this one are so close in personality. They're actually different. We should have brought sparklers. Then that would give us something to do between fireworks. I don't know if I trust you with a sparkler. Probably wise. Here's the next one anyway. Our teacher kind of runs like a duck. Are you saying she waddles? I really didn't expect you to say something like that. It's just an observation. What happened? Nothing happened that time. Uh-oh. When a firework doesn't go off, you gotta be careful. There's always the chance that it might, fire. Even though it's a misfire. A dud. It must have been a dud. And you still gotta be careful around those. There's always that possibility that it might just poof. Woohoo! That was awesome! Oh, all caps here, oh my. Best fireworks yet! What are you saying? Nothing even happened! Oh, I think she's just joking there. Encore! How did she manage to start a whole round of applause for a dud? She really is enthusiastic, isn't she? Yep, she definitely is. I think it's a mix between that and completely sarcastic. She does seem to be someone who likes to joke around, too. She seems to be a girl who likes to have fun. Doesn't take everything too serious. I mean, she is competitive, but she also has a less than serious side to her. But I'm never sure which is which. That can be kind of confusing if they start going both ways. Like, is she serious about this, or is she just messing around here? It must be starting to wind down now. I lost track of time. I don't even know when we started laying down to watch them. Well, I better go clean up my stall. Oh, that's right. I need to do that too. I'll come with you. Have a good night, Shoji. Bye. Bye. I think my eye is twitching. Things like this just keep happening. I don't know if things are getting more normal or if I'm getting more crazy. But pretending to be a girl isn't half bad, really. Well, at least you aren't worried about it anymore. He's not as self-conscious, which is nice. He's actually getting better acquainted with it, I guess. I wouldn't know. Of course, he's not 100% a girl, so he doesn't know the whole aspect of being a girl. But I guess, you know, being accepted by the other girls as a girl, he's able to try to blend in a little more. It's an experience, I guess you could say. Not when it gives me friends like those. Well, at least you consider them friends. My question is really, when the truth, I mean, if they're really your friends, you are going to have to tell them the truth at some point. Both of them. If you really think of them as your friends. Not because you want to get in their pants or anything, but because you value them as friends. So, at some point, you are going to have to trust them with your secret. Still, I can't help but wonder what they would do if they found out. But, yeah, what would they do? But if you really felt that they were really your friends, you shouldn't think too badly of it. It's still that whole entire thought there is like, do I want to take the chance? Should you continue to wait? Should you tell them and take the chance? Or keep it hidden? They'd probably think I was some kind of pervert. Would we still be friends then? Well, I don't think every person who wants to cross-dress is a pervert per se. I mean, there's some people who want to try to experience the other gender. There's nothing wrong with that. But they shouldn't forget what gender they actually are. I mean, you can't really change that. You were born a specific gender. You can't magically change that, because that's what you were. You can still, doesn't mean you still can't experience the other one. Like Shoji here is. He's experienced, and he seems to be doing pretty, enjoying it, and blending in well so far. Which is perfectly fine. But there's no reason to lie. At some point, Shoji, you will have to tell them. Would we still be friends then? Well, they seem to be good girls. I think they might be understanding. Get to know them a little bit more, I think. And they'll be definitely understanding. Could we ever be more? That is a totally different question there, Shoji. That is another big question. Could we be more than just friends? That is one thing that maybe you should not try to initiate. And let one of them initiate it if you told them you were a guy. Because then you might come off as the only reason you dressed up like a girl and tried to get into an all-girl school was to get into one of their pants. Or are our relationships like these fireworks? Bright and blazing one moment, and then dark and silent the next. Some good questions, Shoji. A good thing to ponder about yourself and what you want to do in the future, because you're definitely thinking about it. Alright. How about we finish this off here? We got plenty of conversation there. Shoji definitely has the whole conflict of should he tell the girls and wondering about that whole thing going through his mind here. He definitely doesn't want to lose their friendship, and that is a hard thing to be like, hey, I want to, I kind of want to tell. I don't think Shoji wants to keep it a secret from them. He does seem like he wants to tell them, but he also wants to stay friends. He doesn't want their relationship to change. It's just totally understandable. Well, I guess we'll see what happens next in this Shoji's little adventure here in his school life, and we'll see if he ends up romancing one of the girls and what future there might be. Not sure how close that thing is coming, but my main aim is with Selena, if there's a choice like that. That's kind of why I chose that, but let's see what goes on. Again, I want to say thanks to you guys for watching this, and feel free to leave a comment if you want. If you like the video, feel free to leave a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, leave a thumbs down. And if you want to see other videos and you want to stay up to date on releases, feel free to subscribe. You can also check out the blog at mwvdragon.wordpress.com. I forgot something there for a minute. I'll also have that in the box below in the information, along with my other YouTube channel. That'll be in the information box as well. Again, thanks for watching, and you all have a great day.